motivated me to contest as council chairman is my passion to serve my people, to ensure that my people are well represented in the governance aspects, and so that whatever is due to them in terms of dividend of democracy, we will get to them easily. I joined politics years back, decades ago. Nothing good comes easy. You agree with me? There were challenges, but the bottom line remains that with God on our side and the support of my leaders, we were able to surmount all those challenges. When I was still in service, I have passion in serving my people, putting smiles in the faces of people, and that was what drove me to join unionism. So I practiced unionism at the local government level. Later, I was the state treasurer of Nigeria Union of Local Governments, and with God on my side, later I became the state president of Nigeria Union of Local Governments. So I served for 2 terms before I retired from service. And along the line, we have been playing politics along with trade unionism politics. So when I eventually retired, to fix into politics proper was not a problem. When we assumed office as the chairman of the local government, this administration took some steps. Like the adage says that charities begin at home. When we assumed office, this secretariat does not look like a corporate office. Vehicles were parked anyhow in the council premises. There are containers, litters all over the premises. So we decided to take it upon ourselves to clear the thick bush at the back of the secretariat there, where hoodlums planned their dastardly acts and launched, attack on innocent people. So we cleared the bush and made that place a parking space for all the vehicles that will come into the local government premises. That stopped people from parking anyhow within the premises. So we approached the owner of the containers too, that those containers has to be repositioned, at least to give the local government secretariat the look that it will benefit the local government. It was not easy because most of the owners of the containers they are politicians. So they voted that we voted for you and you have come now to start troubling us. But we said this is what we are going to do. So we repositioned all those containers and we mandated them to paint those containers in Nigerian color, green and white. So when you go there now, you see how we arrange in a unique way. So after that, we moved to health sector. Years before I assumed office, the primary health care center at Igando-Ikotun was razed down by NSAS protesters. So by the time we visited that place, it was a thick bush. And I assured people of Igando-Ikotun that we are going to reconstruct that primary health care center. We reconstructed it, and we did not only reconstructed it, we made sure that we equip the primary health care center with modern medical equipment facilities too. So we equip it with modern equipment facilities too, and we make sure that we provide laboratory too for the PAC. After that, we moved to education sector. There is a primary school at Ikotun here, Igando-Ikotun Primary School. The school had been deserted because the block of classroom there was no more habitable for the pupils there. So we took it upon ourselves, we reconstructed it, and make sure we provide benches and chairs there for the pupils so that they can continue to get their learnings at that place. There was 12 blocks of classrooms. So after that, we moved to Anyowale at Isheri Oshun. There was a school there that was being run on a charity basis. The proprietor of that school was running the school on a charity basis. It was only taking up of children of indigent people, those who cannot afford to send their children to school. So he tried to train them on that in that school. It has been there for years, and they have been clamoring for local government to come to their aid. So when we visited the place, I almost shed tears because there was no roof under that school. Everything has turned away, and I was made to understand that some pupils that left that school, some of them have become medical doctor, some of them a lawyer, and I promised them that day that that school was being run on 2 plots of land, and the owner of the land said he doesn't want the school there again, and he wants to sell off his land. I told them that we engage the owner of the land, that the local government will purchase the 2 plots of land for school purposes. So within 100 days in office, we were able to purchase the 2 plots of land, and we wrote to Superb that we have gotten 2 plots of land at Sherry Oshun. So they have sent in their engineer. They have visited the place. Anytime from now, they will start construction of a befitting blocks of classroom there. So after that, we moved to Ijegun. There was a road there, Ali Momodu Street, which has been in a very terrible and bad condition. So we awarded it to contractor, and as I'm speaking with you now, the road had been fixed and completed and delivered. So after that, we moved to Igando. So we awarded Dosu Ekunri Street at Egun. Work is ongoing there too. We collaborated with the people of Ijegun and Ijagemo to do grading and outfilling of Ijegun-Ijagemo road. Anybody that knows that road before, it was almost impossible for people living at Ijegun and Ijagemo. Well, as I'm speaking with you, people are moving up and down on that school without any problems. We also did some empowerment for our youth and aged people and widows and widower. So we did empowerment for them, and we also trained some of our youths in terms of empowerment, and we give them equipment that can set them up so that they can be independent of themselves. Yes, I believe INEC is fully prepared for this election. If you see the way they have been going about their duties, they have started distributing PVC to people. They've completed the first phase. They are in the second phase now, and people have been going there to collect their PVC without any problem or hindrance. I believe they are prepared and ready for the election. I believe that the federal government knows what to do. You cannot be more powerful than the government of the day. So, and I'm sure that the federal government, led by President Muhammad Buhari, is very serious about this election. And he has all the security agencies within his beck and call that he will put in those troubleshooting areas that will curb all their excesses. I believe there won't be any problem going into the 2023 election. My view is about Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, Mr. Project. It's very clear, and my view, I think, is a view of everybody in Lagos State. The man has done so much for Lagos State, and he deserves the second time in office, because giving him the second time in office will afford him to complete those projects that he has started, and consolidate on what he has been able to do for Lagos State during the first time in office. And like another says, to whom much is given, much is equally expected. And I'm sure that Lagosians are eagerly waiting to reciprocate the goodies that Governor Babajide Olusola has done on them. They are waiting to replicate that by giving him second time in office. The presidential candidate of APC, our father, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the last man standing, is the best man for the job. You agree with me that anybody that is able to rule Lagos State successfully will not have any problem ruling Nigeria, because Lagos State is a mini Nigeria. So, and going by his antecedents, Asiaju's antecedents in Lagos State, you agree with me that putting all the presidential candidates side by side, Asiaju towards higher above all of them. And I believe that the shoe is just too big for them, because the presidency of Nigeria is not for the boys, it's for the man. And Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a man that can do it. He has the capacity, he has the knowledge, he has the connection to reposition and reinvigorate the economy of Nigeria. He has the connection to reposition the security, the dwindling security network of Nigeria from what it is now. And he has the connection to bring in investors to come and revitalize our economy. I believe Asiaju is the man. He's the best man for the job. He's the man that God has sent this era to come and deliver Nigeria from the present predicament. You can see the man moving from one state to another, from one corner to another. It's enough for everybody, for doubting Thomases, to believe that the man is healthy and fit for the job. It is just that your detractors will want to say one thing or the other to distract you. That is just sentiments by the clique of detractors that does not see any good in Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We are not talking about religion. We are talking about the person that can give us the best, what we want. Her Excellency Senator Oluremi Tinubu is a Christian, a pastor in a Redeemed Church. So what are we talking about? Which religion are we talking about? Asiaju is a Muslim, the wife is a pastor, and they coexist peacefully. So what are we talking about? We're not talking about religion. That is just sentiment. It has nothing to do with what we are saying now. We want a man that can really deliver and give us a Nigeria that we want. And that is Asiaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's the best man for the job. Sentiments apart. If I have the opportunity to come back, I will consolidate on my achievements during the first term in office and even do more to set the record straight for those who are coming behind, to see that to lead is to serve. And when you are in a position of a leadership, you consider those over there, the electorate, first, and not my interest their interest first, because all of them cannot be here. That is why they put you here. So their interest first, and that is evident in what we have been able to do within 1 year in office. To my good people of Igando-Ikotun Local Council Development area, once again I call you to go to the INEC office, collect your PVC, because that is your weapon. That is what we can use to take our father, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to Aso Rock. That is what you can use to take Mr. Project, Governor Babajide Olusola back to Alausa for second term. No vacancy. So I appeal to you to please go out there and collect your PVC and treasure them very well till February next 2023, where we go and cast our vote for Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Shetima, and also our dear governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola. It is not over until when it is over. Let us continue to mobilize. Let us continue to galvanize support for our people, our candidates from federal to states, APC all the way. We have to sweep them clean.